Hello, this is LaserBolt and welcome to today's video, guys. Today we're going to be taking a look yet to another legendary weapon in Outriders, and today we're taking a look at the ICEBERG, which is a legendary bolt action rifle or sniper rifle. So you guys love sniping and you want something that's going to cause a lot of damage and going to do a lot of really cool effects against the enemies, then you guys are definitely going to want to make sure you stay tuned and find out what this weapon has to offer. Now, before we do, I do want to remind you guys about our January giveaway. We're giving away one free copy of any game that you want for 2021 for any system of your choice. To enter and participate, it's super duper easy. All you got to do is click the pinned comment and be a subscriber to the channel. And that's it. You guys are automatically entered. So good luck to everybody who's participating. The winner will be announced on the first week of February. Let's go ahead and dive in. As you guys may already know, guys, Outrider has a major big plethora of weapons that we're going to be able to use. And in addition to this big plethora of weapons is that every time we get a legendary weapon, we do not only have to worry about that particular weapon per se, but we also have to pay close attention to the mod, because remember, this game, unlike others, you're able to grab mods from these weapons and use them in other weapons. So just the idea and the thought of actually using these particular mods in different weapons could make any weapon that's subpar become excellent. But today we're going to be taking a look at one of the, I believe one is going to be one of the most popular weapons in the game. And once again, guys, it reminds me a lot of Destiny. I don't know why, like a lot of the stuff about this game has a lot of, a lot of similarities to Destiny. So we had a thing in Destiny called the Icebreaker. Now this is called the ICEBERG, but it's a bit of difference, but it kind of has the same play of words. In addition to that, let's take a closer look at this weapon and see what we're able to get to the weapon. So I'm going to break down the weapon for you guys, because I know a lot of you guys might be new to the game. I know some of you guys haven't seen some of my videos. You probably already know the majority of this, but if you're new, I want to make sure I pinpoint, because this game is particularly relatively new. A lot of people don't know about it. So we're going to do a quick breakdown of what's going on here. So if we pull up the screen here, you're going to notice that underneath the weapon, we have item level. So item level is basically the level of the weapon that's getting dropped for you. This one's level 1, but theoretically speaking, the more you progress throughout the game, the higher level this weapon can drop for you, right? So it doesn't mean it's only going to drop at level 1. It'll drop at any amount. Now we have firepower. Now firepower is basically the amount of damage this weapon is particularly able to cause when being shot. Now this firepower is going to play a huge role into depending how much firepower you're output, and I'll have a separate video where I break down the UI menu for you guys to give you guys a better idea how that firepower works. But in addition to that, we also have 3 major stats that we always have to pay attention to when we look at a weapon. The first stat, of course, is being the first one right here in particular is going to be critical damage. Now this is dependent on how much critical damage you're able to outproduce with this particular weapon. Now remember, in my Technomancer build of the Pestilence breakdown that I did, if you haven't checked out that video, I highly recommend you guys check it out, because I feel that this weapon is going to be very good with him, okay? Because he's able to get a lot of critical damage. He's able to add multipliers. So this one's going to give you additional critical damage. So if you're running a character that has a really good ability of creating a crit class, then you're definitely going to want to make sure you pick up this weapon, because it's going to do a lot of crit damage. Now, this crit damage is really important, and I'm going to explain why a little bit further. Then we also have a status power. It's going to give you 15%. This weapon does shoot the status of freeze. So that's the power that it's mentioning here. So the status power of this particular weapon is 15% freeze, right? The status is freeze. Then we have a long range damage. So that means this is how much damage it's multiplicative when to consider long range. So it's 6.5. Okay. Now it's time for us to take a look at one of the key components with legendary weapons in this game. And that, of course, is the mod. So for the mod, we have the first one called Winter's Blast. Now this particular mod is going to be exclusive to this weapon. Okay. So the only way you're able to get this tier 3 mod is if you actually get this weapon and dismantle it. So technically speaking, you would have to get this weapon twice. One for you to keep in your inventory and one for you to dismantle so you can get this mod. So what this Winter Blast mod does, it says critical shots create an ice blast that inflicts freeze on enemies within a 4-meter radius. So what makes this amazing is that not only are you going to be able to shoot the enemy and maybe kill him, but you're able to shoot the enemy, kill him, and cause an area of effect to have the enemies be frozen as well. If you saw some of the early clips, you saw that in action, but towards the end, I'll also play a couple more clips so you can see this particular mod being put in action. So it's really effective, guys. If you think about it, not only is it allowing you guys to freeze the enemy you're shooting, but you're also able to freeze, the radius, 4-meter radius around you, which makes it really good for crowd control. In addition to that, it does come with a second mod, and I think the second mod actually pairs fairly well with this particular weapon. Now, granted, there might be other ones that might, maybe another breeze mod in level 3 that maybe does a major blast or expands the radius. So there's a lot of stuff that we don't know all the mods that are available yet, but it does come with this one. It's called Icebreaker. Killing shots against frozen enemies make them explode, dealing 90% damage. So this is actually pretty good, because if you theoretically shoot someone and you freeze them, and then you shoot them again and you kill them, you're going to be doing an explosion that costs 90% damage. And if you take into account that this comes with a status power of 15%, it's actually going to be very viable. And this is like one of the first legendary ones that I see that has a really good secondary mod. But these mods are all interchangeable, so if you want to move these around, you're more than welcome to. But that Winter Blast sounds pretty dirty, guys. Sounds pretty dirty, because imagine putting that with an assault rifle. Oh my goodness gracious. Or a hand cannon. Woof, woof. I can only imagine. All right, so moving on, guys. On the right-hand side of our ICEBERG legendary bolt action rifle, we have the standard variant. So that's pretty much, it's a single, so that means you're only able to shoot one bullet at a time. Of course, you guys should already know that this is a bolt action. One thing I did notice in the video, though, that I did like is that once you're zoomed in, you're able to follow up your shot even though you're still zoomed in. So it doesn't kick you out of that zoom mechanic when you shoot that one. In addition to that, it comes with 5 bullets in the clip. Now, remember when we did our Technomancer, we are able to actually get that even higher. And if you guys are definitely going to want to check out that video. If you guys love this gun, you definitely have to go after this video, go check out that video. You guys can kind of start theorizing how OP this gun's going to be when you pair it with the Technomancer. So we have 5 bullets in the clip, RPM 75. We have damage, which is 54. We have rounds, so it's 2.2 rounds. And then we have critical multiplier of 200%. That's a lot, guys. That's a lot, especially paired with the Technomancer build. Now, accuracy, 100% accuracy right there. So wherever we aim, that's where the bullet's going to go. So we're not going to get any sway or nothing, not sway per se, but pretty much a laser, right? Then we have stability, 44%. Of course, this is very similar to sniper rifle, especially a bolt action, like technically a 50 cal. You're going to get that 44% stability-wise, and range 200 meters out. Now, this is extremely, extremely powerful, has a lot of range, a lot of flexibility, and just makes this weapon really, really crazy. To me personally, I think this is by far going to be one of the most popular weapons, and one that everybody's going to kind of be trying to get their hands on, just because of just the idea of what this weapon is able to do. Not too much for it being a sniper rifle, but primarily for it having a really good mod. Now, can we mention something here and give the devs a big high five, because so far all the legendary weapons I've seen have a very good aesthetic look to it, and it looks really dope. I actually seen a couple images of this weapon being wielded by a character. Let me see if I can put this up on the screen. Being welded by the character, and it's actually transparent, so like ice. It's not like solid white. You can actually see from the backside of the gun to the foreground. So it's actually pretty dope and pretty OP. But overall, in general, this is definitely a weapon I'm going to be farming and trying to pick up as quickly as I possibly can, because snipers are going to become very viable. And I can think this against a boss could be pretty good. And I'm mostly excited for that mod, man. That mod seems to be a little bit dirty. Well, there you guys have it. If you guys haven't had a chance to stop by and check out all our other legendary weapon videos, highly recommend you guys check it out so you get a better idea of what the weapons are going to be in Outriders. And for more Outriders content, make sure you guys keep it locked in this channel, and I'll talk to you guys later.